again. I want to see that competitiveness again. I have no problem with Sam Darnold developing to being a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. I just want Allen to develop a little bit more.
Well,
that's it.
And why don't we move on to him?
All right, Josh Allen. So right off the bat, we read his stats already. 10 TDs, 12 interceptions, but on 89 rushing attempts, 631 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. This guy broke the record for touchdowns as a Buffalo Bill this year.
Buffalo Bill record, okay.
Yep, broke the record for most rushing yards in a game, most rushing yards by a QB. As he broke 4 records this year from the Buffalo Bills history, and but he's got that completion percentage of 52.8.
Yes, my knocks on Allen are that the completion percentage is way too low. He's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns.
Okay,
but he makes up for that. So
just to go through your categories again.
Sure.
Leadership.
Yeah, it's there. It's not as strong as some of the other guys, but it's there.
Check. Kyle Williams, Lorenzo Alexander, the 2 veterans of the team.
Yeah,
they've given him 3 checks here.
Well, of course. Okay. I mean, your teammates are going to, but tangible stuff. Fine. Check. Next.
Check. Face of the franchise?
I think I said, yeah, the willingness to embrace being the face of the franchise and do well with it.
Check.
Okay.
TD interceptions. All right. That is something that we need.
Well, the next one was making all the players around you better.
Right. Players better. Okay. So...
And that's where I don't give them a check.
The Buffalo Bills offensive line was the worst offensive line in the league. I'm going to say close to the league.
Okay,
that's why the offensive lineman coach has already been fired.
Yeah.
Gone. They talk about the fact that an offensive line has to gel. Okay? The fact that he was able to break out, rush for 631 yards, extend plays. We saw performances this year from Zay Jones and a young rookie wide receiver that had been cut and then brought back onto the team and ended up, this kid is going to have a career in the NFL now. He did make players around him better. The problem with the young guys, the problem that he had was with his veterans. Mm-hmm. Charles Clay, tight end. Numerous balls. A game against Miami, that should have been another win. Lost that game because he couldn't come up with the ball in the end zone. Yeah. Kelvin Benjamin, the Bills got rid of him. I mean, it was disgusting. This guy couldn't even get off the line of scrimmage, Andy. He put no effort into his game whatsoever this year.
That was bad.
Josh was not set up for success with the team they had heading into this season. Now, one thing I just want to point on.
Okay. Am I allowed to give my opinion that you asked for?
When we gave our season predictions at the beginning of the year for our teams, what did I predict for the Bills?
You keep bringing this up.
I know, but what did I predict?
I don't remember. 2 wins?
2 to 4 wins tops.
Sure.
He got 6 wins and easily could have had 8 if with the Miami Dolphins game and another game that's slipping, but they were right there.
Sure.
To me, the Bills have over-delivered for my expectations whatsoever. I'm very happy with what this kid's done in 2018.
Good, and you should be. And I wasn't taking that away, but you're asking for my opinion. So my knocks on Josh, we went through my important things, right?
Yeah.
Touchdown, interception ratio, completion percentage.
What was the last one again?
And it was the ability to make the players better around you, right? So I watched every Josh Allen play this season. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them on condensed.
Yeah.
But I'm still seeing every play. So I'm just telling you what I saw. I didn't see a guy making the team around him better. I saw a guy putting the team on his back.
Oh, absolutely.
And dragging them to 6 wins.
Yeah.
Okay? Nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. My issue with that is it doesn't last. I've made this comparison multiple times, and I've never felt better about it. Josh Allen is a Cam Newton clone. The early Cam Newton, which, by the way, is not bad. He took his team to a Super Bowl and won an MVP. Mm. He was a huge part of their run game. He had the ability to throw the ball. Didn't make a lot of, second, third reads. was able to throw the ball. He ran to extend plays and scramble more often than it was designed runs, though there are designed runs in there. To me, that he's a Cam Newton clone at this point. What encourages me about that is he has the body like Cam Newton to sustain that for a few years while he develops himself into a more refined passer. Cam never got there by the time he started getting so banged up that he had to try to be a pocket passer, which is not working for him. Josh Allen might.
Well, I think he's more I think he's more on the line of an Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre type quarterback.
Oh gosh.
Rather than Cam Newton.
To me, I've never seen a quarterback look more like Cam Newton than this. The completion percentage, the run versus pass ratio, this is Cam Newton. And that's great, but I'm not saying that he's destined to have the same career as Cam Newton. Not at all.
Yeah.
But I don't like the data is there. Quarterbacks who rely on the run and rely on running the ball themselves, they don't last.
Right.
He has to develop, like Steve Young and Elway both relied on their legs until they became amazing passers
but Andy,
as well. Hold on, let me finish my point.
I am.
He has plenty of time and the body to withstand the punishment to develop beyond that, the way Elway and Steve Young did. Okay. And I'm not sitting here predicting that he won't.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but Josh Allen put up more rushing yards than our running backs this year. Our offensive line was horrendous.
You're proving my point when you say that.
No, I'm not, because his rushes were primarily broken down pocket escapes. Yeah. He was escaping, running for his life, like you said, carrying the team on his back.
Yeah.
When he drops back, he's looking downfield. He's not looking to run off the snap of the ball.
That's what I said.
Right?
Most of his runs, he does have designed runs, but most of his runs,
design runs this year were death traps. They did design run him a couple times, couple option plays.
Yeah.
And he almost got killed on those plays.
Yeah.
Because our line can't block.
And he had some QB draws that went for touchdowns and things, but for the most part, he drops back. He makes one read, maybe two if they're both on the same side of the field, and then he goes. He doesn't always go past the line of scrimmage. He keeps his eyes down the field. That's where a lot of his deep balls come from, but that's what he does, and that's good. Yeah. And he has the body to sustain that for a few years, and what I hope for him is that he develops where Cam didn't, and he becomes Elway.
Well, this off season's huge for Josh Allen, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
but
there's plenty of time. He's 21 years old.
Very encouraged. Right? Yeah, very encouraged.
And you should be.